All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I hope you can hear me. It's windy and my microphone isn't working, so I gotta deal with that later. So today we've got a couple of issues. Issue one, this one. I do not know why I chose to buy this. It was a bad choice. And now we gotta put more money into it. Now I need to figure out, I've got a couple of choices with this one. One, go in the garage. Probably hear me a little better. One, we sell it for scrap, at which point I'll probably get $400 out of 4,000, over 4,000 that I've invested into it. That's not a good option. Option two, I sell it as a mechanic special. I might get $1,500 out of it. It's still gonna lose money. No matter what, I don't see an option where I don't lose money. So essentially, here's what happened. Thursday, driving back from work, the transmission started to act a little funny, and I thought, well, that really isn't great. And then once I got off of one highway onto another highway that brings me right into town, which has a lot of curves and is 65 miles an hour, the check engine light went on, and I was limited to 35 miles an hour. Once I could get somewhere, which took about 20 minutes to get to a place where I could pull over and hook my code scanner up to it, it came back with solenoid A again. Solenoid A stuck on or off. And I reset it and I was able to make it home. As soon as I got out, I smelled transmission fluid. I mean, because I had to go to the back seat to grab my code scanner. I could smell the transmission fluid. So we're going to check the fluids, just make sure we have transmission fluid in it. Make sure it didn't somehow, either the cooler line or something else, but I could smell the fluid. So I've got two options with this car that I think that are feasible. One is I replace the whole transmission, or I replace the valve body again. Let's go. All right, well, I got it in the garage, on carpet of all things. I had to take the handle off the jack. My impact wrench is dead. But one thing I noticed is this is right up against the tire on both sides. Now, I don't know if that's normal to be there, but that could be causing it, but I'm not seeing any wear on the tires from it, so there's at least that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull this car out because there's absolutely nothing more I can do until I get my impact wrench. And I pulled it into this very small spot in the garage so that I could actually, work without the wind, although the wind finally died down, but it is about to snow. So I think for today, and I'll try maybe tomorrow morning before I go into the office, but I'm wondering if that's the problem. Even on the driver's side, I noticed it was in that same spot. Let's take a look underneath here. Of course, I really don't want to do this on my... It used to be primarily from this side of the car. Could honestly just be this. My son actually had that happen with his car, where these, because it's missing the center piece as well. Yeah, that very well could be the noise. Honestly, because as we're moving, so is this, and probably, yeah, have a feeling that's actually the issue. There's a bolt there, bolt there. This goes up into the tire well, but if this is, yeah, that's going to make an awful lot of racket right there. There's our problem. I almost guarantee it. So I got to take these off, and probably this. I don't like it, but unless I can find a way to secure that, maybe when I take the tire off tomorrow, I can figure that out. But I feel better about that, more than likely being the issue here. I did check the fluid on the Nissan. The Nissan is not low on fluid. Actually, it drove down the driveway and up the driveway, so I can move places with this car absolutely flawlessly. So my feeling is we probably need a new, oh, help me out here, a new valve body for that thing. I'm a little pissed that I just put money into a valve body and having it installed. I'll probably do that one myself, as much as I hate being out in the cold. But if I can do it in the garage, get under the car, you know, pull it in here and work under it, I think we'll be okay. But I think we finally found our loud noise that has been happening. And if any of you guys know of a way I could secure this a little better, I'm all ears. I think that does. No, it doesn't. Otherwise, I just need to remove it, but it's kind of a nice thing to have. There's 2 bolts here and nothing back here, which is exactly why it's making all that racket. Now I need to look at the other side too. It looks like it's missing one of the bolts, but if it's at least holding itself up there, fine. So yeah, I think we've got a solution. I like solutions. This is better to be done outside where I can jack up the car easier, because it was a pain in the ass working with taking this thing out of that, making that short so I could actually get it all the way to here instead of here, stopping earlier. I feel better. I feel really better. Let's take probably could use some brakes. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah. It looks like we're down to the bare skimpies on the brakes. So I'm gonna order up a brake kit for this. I think that's definitely needed. Yeah, because that's almost metal on metal. Yeah, so I think we're gonna do brakes on this after all. I'm not sure when. I need to find time. This is going to be a shorter video than last week's, mostly because there's not a whole lot I can do. I do think that I'm going to have to order up some brakes for this, and then the Nissan is going to need another valve body. I will contact the seller who sold me the valve body that's in there right now and see if they have any warranty whatsoever. But if solenoid A has failed again, that's a problem with that valve body. That really sucks, because I really don't, you know, it'll cost about $300 for maybe a little more, because I'll grab Nissan fluid instead of the Valvoline fluid, which was about half the price of the Nissan fluid for CVT transmissions. I hate CVT transmissions. You know, I'll be honest with you, and what I find kind of amusing is, now I've had this truck since it was 50,000 miles, but this truck, boy, that's blurry. My truck, because it's got some weird focusing going on. My truck that I've had since it was 50,000 miles has the same miles as that, has a 3.5 liter V6 from Nissan, as does that. Now, one of the big differences is this one is down about about 30 to 40 horsepower over that one. This one runs a conventional automatic transmission. This one runs a CVT. This Subaru runs a conventional transmission. Now, the CVTs are known to have issues, but that particular issue that I'm experiencing, I don't think is a problem with the transmission. And as long as the transmission is fine on the inside, the only thing we have to worry about is, well, I'm going to have to drop all the fluid again. Another waste of fluid. But I'll do that in the garage here myself with the heater on the ground, keeping me nice and toasty while I do it. It really shouldn't be a long process. The longest process is going to be getting the fluid out without making a huge mess, because I don't want to make a mess in my garage. I don't mind if the mess was in the driveway of the shop, the back area. So I will back this out so I can get to the door panel. We'll at least work on the door panel. I know it's causing the noise, almost 100% sure on that. We'll get some brakes ordered up for this, which I guess will be next week's video, doing brakes on this. Hopefully I can do it in the driveway, because there's just not enough room for me to work in here. There'll be enough room for me to go under on the other one when I do the valve body, but that's probably going to be a wrap for this video. A little short. I might video the door panel actually before we wrap. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. All right, so here's what we've learned so far today. It looks like Lucas did the trick on this. It's no longer smoking. Yay! We know what is causing the noise. Yay! We have to do brakes. Boo! I hate brakes. Not one of my favorite things to do. Let's shut this one down and let's take a quick drive in the broken Nissan and see if we can get it, you know, into town and back without issue. I think it'll probably be fine. Oh, it's so nice and warm in here. I've been running this for the past 20 minutes. We're already at operating temperature. It is a world better without the smoke. And it's cold, so I'm not going to do anything tomorrow. So this video will wrap after we do the test drive in the other car here. But I'm very happy with this one. At least I know where I'm going with this. Still need to do a lot of cleaning, and the dirt, the dust. Look at that hood, if you can tell. I mean, that just everywhere. This windstorm. I mean, look, the body panels are all. It literally just sat for a day during, and I would have had more time today, and probably could have had the time to charge up my impact wrench. But the issue I ran into wasn't time. With that, it was, I had a lot of other things to take care of today because of the windstorm. We had to fix our gazebo in the back. I'm just gonna unlock this one really quick. Close that garage. I need to go in there and move stuff around so my wife doesn't get mad at me. I'll just leave that hood up while we go on a quick test drive, because we're running out of daylight. This car has done a very good job of breaking my heart. I really do like it. Actually, I think it might have less miles than the truck. This is 127,361, and the truck is 127,400. The wind today was even rough. We've had really bad wind for the past couple of days. In fact, actually, the basketball hoop is cockeyed because it actually blew over and was laying on the ground. Didn't break it, amazingly. I didn't even know about it until because we had power out for hours. Friday, my wife came home after picking up Ben from school. she had been at the shop with me for half the day. And the wind, oh yeah, there's a fence piece that's blown over. Yeah, it was bad. It moved our gazebo, and I've got like a 2,500 pound gazebo. It's a 16 by 12 foot gazebo over on my deck in the backyard. Well, that gazebo moved probably a good foot. It also loosened a couple of the bolts on the supports on the sides that keep it together. So I had to go put the bolt back in and tighten up. I just tightened up all the bolts all the way around it. It's one of the things we have to deal with sometimes is wind. Unfortunately, the state of Colorado has approved a plan to shut off power when the winds are high because of downed power lines, which there are no downed power lines anywhere in this area. Also, it's to prevent forest fires. Well, we're 50 miles at least from the nearest forest. So far, this thing's doing fine. I'll take it down to town and then come right back up just to kind of give this a little run. I want to see how it's doing. I cleared the check engine light, but that does not mean that the problem is fixed. It just means that the computer isn't looking at it at the moment. And I think it's when the fluid gets thin, the viscosity becomes much lower. I think that's actually when the solenoid stops working. Now, whether I could try, I just don't want to keep wasting, and that's my problem. If I waste more money on this car, you know. Now, if I didn't have a 30-minute or more drive to the office every day, I probably wouldn't have found this issue. And then I would have screwed someone over unintentionally. And I don't do that. And this thing seems to be doing absolutely exactly as I would expect it. But I couldn't even do this thing up the driveway. That is such a nice driving car. And the worst part is, I had just filled up the fuel. Literally just filled up the gas tank. Oh, yeah, see, that's not happy. That's not happy at all. Come on, we can go a little higher up the driveway. See, I'm almost flooring it, and I've got no RPMs. Let's shift back in the drive. Oh, come on. We're going backwards in drive. Come on, up the driveway we go. This is what I had happen to me the other day. Come on. Well, hopefully that's enough. Of course I could. Yeah, it's not enough. That's enough. And that was literally half throttle. I don't know, maybe it does need a transmission. But it has problems when the fluid gets thinner. And thankfully we have some answers on the Subaru, and I know where I'm going with the Subaru. So hopefully I can get a good early start on it next week with some brakes.